Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Thank you for joining us on the second day of YOSA Standing Ovation Week. My name is Rick Cavender, your host. This week, we have an amazing series of virtual conversations and performances highlighting the heroes of music during COVID-19 in San Antonio and around the globe. We've got another great day scheduled. Today, we take a close look at the music in San Antonio and how arts and culture thrive in our community. In a few minutes, we'll hear from our speaker, my friend, Mayor of San Antonio, Ron Nirenberg. Later today at 6 p.m., we have a wonderful performance from the Agorita Chamber Players, a group of local musicians who have graced the stages of the best performance halls in San Antonio and beyond. Before we get to Mayor Nirenberg, let's first hear from San Antonio Symphony clarinist Stephanie Key. Stephanie also teaches at Trinity University, performs with the Soli Chamber Ensemble, and happens to be a YOSA alum. Take it away, Stephanie.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Key, the Associate Principal Clarinetist and E-flat Clarinetist of the San Antonio Symphony, the Artistic Director and Clarinetist of Soli Chamber Ensemble, and a proud alum of the Youth Orchestras of San Antonio. When I think of YOSA, I think of my musical firsts. My first trip to Europe, to Romania, and Hungary and Austria, and the rich culture and regions of those countries that were far outside of my San Antonio bubble. That trip truly changed my life. I think of the first time I played the clarinet solo in George Gershwin's Summertime from his opera Porgy and Bess, on a beautiful summer night on the Danube in Vienna, actually. My first experience soloing with an orchestra, the Mozart Clarinet Concerto. What a treat to play that beautiful work, backed up by my colleagues and friends from YOSA. My first chamber music experience and my first gig, played with my YOSA Wind Quintet. I thought I hit the big times at that point. Then fast forward just a few years, my first world premiere performance with the YOSA Wind Philharmonic and my chamber group Soli in a riveting new work by composer and conductor Maestro Troy Peters. We are lucky to live in a community with a top-notch symphony, of which I am honored to now be a member. Just as I experienced in high school, when attending countless symphony concerts, YOSA students have the same resource where they can dream of seeing themselves in those seats. Or even if they have dreams different than becoming a professional musician, they have access to live performances of this incredible music, this incredible repertoire that we play, including pieces they play themselves sometimes in YOSA. They have the opportunity to work with the star musicians that populate the San Antonio Symphony in private lessons, in YOSA masterclasses, just as I did as a student. Live music instruction and experience handed down from generation to generation of talented musicians and teachers is an irreplaceable opportunity for these students. And I can tell you, in the last few years of side-by-side events and when I've adjudicated YOSA competitions, these students have come so far. These ensembles are incredible. This is only possible through the long-term ownership and vision of its caring donors like you. I believe we have the opportunity to learn from every event, even like the one we are living through right now. And I say this as one of the very lucky San Antonians that contracted and has survived COVID-19. There is always good in the bad. Soon after graduating from Clark High School and beginning my music performance studies at New England Conservatory in Boston, I lost my father, Roderick Key, who was not only my father, but at the time of his death was the chair of the board of the Youth Orchestras of San Antonio. I can tell you, he was my example of hard work and dedication and fortitude, and instilled in me commitment to my dreams. In his eyes, nothing was impossible. It's how he lived his life, and it's why he believed in the mission of YOSA. He believed in giving these young voices, these young musicians, the music of tomorrow, the care, the tools, the information and opportunity, and the confidence to take us forward. He tirelessly worked to make that possible for each student. As we walk through life, we never know what will affect us the most. But I can clearly tell you that my years with YOSA shaped the musician and the human being that I have become so far. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining YOSA Standing Ovation Week this afternoon. I have the pleasure to introduce today's keynote speaker, Mayor Ron Nirenberg.
Hi, I'm Mayor Ron Nirenberg. It's my great pleasure to join you, albeit virtually. Like you, I would prefer to be together at the traditional YOSA Standing Ovation luncheon. But in these strange times, virtual meetings and performances are just fine. YOSA Standing Ovation Week is truly a special occasion, even if we meet on video. And hopefully by next year, San Antonians will be enjoying lunch and music lessons together again. What's truly important is that always impressive Youth Orchestras of San Antonio continues thriving, even in these difficult circumstances. This is crucial because the arts, and music in particular, mean so much to our city and to our daily lives. The arts are what make our day-to-day, taking care of business duties worthwhile. It's undeniable. The arts bring value and values to our lives. They tell our stories. Through the arts, we celebrate the rich character of our city. We explore our own feelings and emotions. Don't get me wrong, I love being your mayor. But after a long day of digging into the latest information on the pandemic, studying the nuances of infrastructure maintenance, or examining the fiscal impact of tax increment zones, I can use a little music. Before I ran for city council, I used to run a jazz radio station. Music has long been an important part of my life. I know music means a lot for you too. From mariachis to Motown to Mozart, music lifts the spirit and satisfies the soul. And music is very much a part of San Antonio's rich culture, history, and heritage. A couple of years ago, San Antonio was designated a music-friendly city by the state of Texas. That designation says a lot about our musical heritage, but it also requires that a city meet certain standards of music education. YOSA is an important part of the city's musical education ecosystem. Like San Antonio itself, YOSA has a lot of noteworthy history. YOSA's first incarnation, the San Antonio Youth Symphony, was launched more than 70 years ago. The organization went through various names and phases before becoming YOSA in 1979. The variety of the contemporary YOSA orchestras says a lot for the organization and demonstrates its significant contribution to the future of music in San Antonio. Musical training enhances lives whether a student continues to play and becomes a professional or pursues another field. And YOSA is committed to providing equity and access to music's riches. An appreciation for music is a lifelong gift that increases one's enjoyment of life. Hard work, perseverance, self-confidence, and a service mindset are a part of the experience. Simply put, YOSA equips young people with the skills to succeed. And it's provided these skills to tens of thousands of students over the decades. A standing ovation is an appropriate metaphor for the appreciation that this organization and its students deserve. 2020 is a strange year that has disrupted our established routines and rituals. But these disruptions enhance our appreciation for what we have. And YOSA is one of the city's treasures. Let's protect and preserve it.
Thank you, Mayor Nirenberg. We're grateful for your service to our city, your concern for the health and wellness of San Antonio residents, and for your passion for the arts and culture in our community. It's not over yet. Come back here at 6 p.m. today and join us for a special performance by a local group of illustrious musicians, the Agarita Chamber Players. In the meantime, head over to the YOSA website or Facebook page to make a donation to YOSA. Your support is needed more than ever and will help YOSA change kids' lives through music. See you soon.